Yaw Smatmcuks once again. Laaqwmays. We are here in the place of Laaqwmays. Why so? Niks gedenkstes no kluks nu. Wichskia alati domino ashti stam. I'm gonna tell you something. This little something that I'm gonna tell you, this little light of mine that I am going to shine, let it shine, let it shine, is the origins of fancy dance. Now, if you're like me and you're a little bit of a West Coast native, the first time that you ever go to a powwow, not trying to be rude, but it is a little bit like more performance than a potlatch. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but the reason why, and this is just from my own little reading ends and beliefs, and of course, obviously, powwow still is a place of important procedures and ceremony. But just from what I've seen, again, like just very obtuse observation, is that it's a little bit more performance than it is spiritual, and that's of the fancy dance that I've seen. Again, I don't know, so if I'm wrong at all, please comment below and just let me know in the most respectful way of how I'm wrong or how I could have got that wrong. But what I see in the Googles, the internets, is that it originally did start out as something more grounded in a higher purpose. And again, this is just from what I've read very minutely, that the fancy dance was originated as a war dance. And again, that's what Google told me. Don't shoot the messenger. As you could see, that a war dance isn't really something that you would A, want to be doing all the time, and B, you wouldn't really want strangers, outsiders, people not related to you of your kwastenda, your crest, people of your bloodline, to see it or witness it, and so on and so forth. But as the world was being colonized and as everything was becoming Western, oh, you son of a... Right on that. I'm gonna have to cut that. Everything was becoming Western and colonized, and so to make sure that they were not forgotten or lost in the shuffle, no one quite knows, again, in the very cursory glance that I did on the Googles, of who exactly created it, what nation is credited with such an invention. But it was originally performed at, I believe, like Wild West shows or like carnivals, and then as the atmosphere and as the events of powwows became more prominent in the province, it was something that became more seen than other dances, because it's one that you can share really without worrying too much about who might see it, or the rarity the rarity of it. Sacredity? I'm just gonna go rarity. Yeah, rarity. But yeah, so it doesn't diminish it by other people seeing it and dancing it at other places. Again, this is to my very cursory, shallow knowledge. I hope that if I did say anything wrong, that I was respectful about it, and that if you do find a correction, please be respectful about it as well. I'm not perfect, never claimed to be, except for that one time in grade 7. But yeah, I'll end it off there. Again, I'm just kind of windbagging, sandbagging here at the end. So we will say, Laaqwmays, Salutations from your favorite salmon belly with a mullet.